De Bruyne's corner. Holland! Goal! It's Mo Salah! It's Mo Salah! Absolutely sensational!
We're live. Welcome back for another deadline stream. How are you today? Oscar loves a cheeky starter. Yeah, why not? When I'm sitting around here, it's like sometimes I think, what am I even waiting for? Let's just jump into it. Let's just go live. So here we are, about 15 minutes early. Why not? It's GW27, midweek deadline. Who loves some midweek FPL? Hope you're all well. Welcome to the stream. Sally, a Combat Waffle, Sai, Jurgen, Dara, FPL Worm, APM, Boofy, Immortal, Prod, Kilami, Demi, Ahmed, Stevie, Rolessi, Francisco, Harry, and everyone else that's here. Good to see you. So, lots of members as always. Ahmed's here. This is Hey Oscar. How are you, mate? I'm very well, thank you. I'm doing well. I had a pretty chill day today. I've actually been viewing houses, so I was out today viewing houses. I'm hoping to buy a place if I can find somewhere with my girlfriend. But so I did 2 videos yesterday instead, and then that basically gave me today off. So yeah, just a nice chill day. Is the title over? Oh, don't get me started on this. I'll turn the music down a bit. Sorry about that. There we go. Is that better, Jurgen? Yeah, it's a bit better in my ears actually. Is the title over? Still too loud? Okay, even more. How about that? Yeah, that looks good. Perfect. Alright, welcome to the stream. Welcome to stream, everyone. Yeah, how are we? Has everyone decided who they're captaining this week? Most importantly. Salah or Palmer? Who is it? Who's going to do better? Palmer plays tonight, right? So you're going to know by tonight if you've made the right decision or not. Probably. Maybe not. I mean, if Palmer comes away with a haul tonight, it's still entirely possible Salah outscores him or matches him, right? There's no way that's still too loud. Palmer, Salah captain. I think it's going to be so split. I'm really interested to see what effective ownership looks like as well. Like, is it going to be massively in favour of Salah, or is it going to be pretty split, like 150-150 or something? Is Palmer a differential? I don't know if you can call him a differential, even as captain, right? He's still extremely highly owned. I mean, let's check. What's his last game? His effective ownership was 92.3% in the top 10k. So yeah, it's about every 9 in 10 managers in the top 10k own him. Salah's was 189.3. So yeah, I mean, guesses in chat. What's the effective ownership going to be like this week? Salah's surely still higher, right? Maybe like 100, 160 Salah, 130 Palmer. Don't know. Maybe that's not accurate. 100, 170 Salah, 140 Palmer. We'll have to see. Salah 150%. Yeah, I don't know. 130% seems too low. Oh, Austin, thanks for the 31 months. Hope you're well, Austin, and thanks for the 31 months. He says Tuesday fun day. I love some midweek FPL. I absolutely love it. Feels like a long wait, you know, when the game wraps up on Sunday and you're waiting all the way till Saturday. But when you've got it like midweek, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, non-stop FPL, we love it. That's why December's like the best month for the season, in my opinion. December is like goated for FPL because you've got like 7 game weeks in 1 month, just non-stop. Oscar says he benching that Gabriel header. Don't even. Honestly, I've been going back and forth on who to start. I've ended up with Munoz. Do you guys agree with that? Is Munoz the right choice to be starting, or should I start Gabriel? I mean, I'm trying to think past the fact that Munoz scored last game week as well. Like, he did have Fulham away. This week he's got Villa, and for whatever reason they've been better in away fixtures as well, so that's maybe a factor. And Villa are a better team than Fulham, so it's close. But I've got Munoz starting, reluctantly. Gabriel over Colwill. I mean, he's got Southampton home. I've got to play Colwill for that one, surely. Surely Gab over Colwill. I think Colwill... Yeah, it's close because Gabriel's obviously like just the best in the league on set pieces. But Colwill home to Southampton. If I'm not going to play Colwill home to Southampton, like when am I going to play him? I think I have to play Colwill. Would it be a bad call to bench Isak? Not necessarily. It's an interesting one this week. Away at Liverpool, like. Yeah, it really does boil down to that. Like, who are you starting if you're benching Isak? Gotta be Colwill. Yeah, I agree. I mean, what's the clean sheet odds like? Oh, don't tell me we're lagging. Why do we always lag? Are you serious? We're streaming at 30 FPS now. Is it actually lagging? Or am I getting... Is this a troll? Clean sheet odds. Oh, I've just realised I'm doing the command wrong there. I had to change the command because the old command I use now opens like an AI chatbot in Firefox, which is useless. Yeah, where are Chelsea here? Chelsea is second, 42%. 42%. It's the audio. It's lagging for some, not for others. Couldn't tell you why that is. I mean, last stream we had it, and then I changed it so that it was streaming at 30 FPS rather than 60, because there's no need to stream at 60, but shouldn't be now. Shouldn't be now. Let me listen to it here. Oh, bloody adverts. Piss off, Deliveroo. I really should get YouTube Premium, shouldn't I, really? Considering YouTube's now what I do full time. Nah, it's fine. You're winding me up. Audio's fine. I need to find out why it's trying to send adverts though, because it keeps saying like enable adverts and you'll earn 20% extra, and I literally don't want to show adverts in streams ever. If you refresh it, fixes it. That is strange. Don't know why that happens. Anyway, sidetracked. There we go. That's the command I wanted. That does the animation. Boom. So yeah, we're here all the way till the deadline. Get your questions in the chat if you've got any, and I'll answer as many as possible up until... What's the deadline? We've got 2 hours till the deadline. I don't know. I can't help you. I don't know why it's lagging. No idea. It sounded absolutely fine just now. People need to get better internet. It literally was sounded perfectly fine to me. So I think it's a wind up, or some people, not others. I don't know. I'll tell you what. I'll do a test stream later as well. An unlisted stream, so I can actually listen to it myself. Yeah, just refresh, just reload like if it's lagging. I don't know. Maybe I need to mess around with the settings a bit more. Wood or Isak? Kanate or Gabriel? I'd go Isak over Wood. What was the other one? Kanate or Gabriel? I'd go Gabriel over Kanate, Ahmed. Which Bournemouth mid to get from J&J? I would go... Thing is, Evan Nilsson, did you guys see? He was back on the bench last match. Ahead of schedule. And obviously, he's competing for that striker spot, which is where where Dango's playing. I've talked about this loads in videos, so you probably have heard it all already. But I think I just wouldn't chance it. And if I was picking Bournemouth mids now, I'd go probably Clivert, then Semenyo, then Dango in that order. Sheru, thanks for the 17 months. Says, did Gakpo and Ahmad to Cunha and Bone 56k overall? Cunha and Bone, yeah, nice moves. 56k as well. Yeah, if you got Gakpo, I think he has to go, even though he's likely to. Like he's probably going to play this match because he's on the bench last match, and obviously Ahmad's out for the season. Yeah, I think you've gone sensible with those two moves. Makes sense. Both playing home. Bone's got. I mean, is anyone buying Bone? He's the one player I'd love to have in my team this week. Bone. Who's a member here? Can one of the members tell me if it's actually lagging or is it a wind up? If it's a wind up, fair play. Maybe I can just reduce the bit rate. I can do that. I can go down to like 5,500. There we go. I'm going to press stop and restart straight away. Here we go. And we're back. So now that's streaming at lower bit rate. So hopefully that's better. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you if it's still lagging. I've stopped and restarted it. Need tech support. I mean, Task Manager looks fine. OBS looks fine. No drop frames. How are we doing, Charlie? It's better now. Hey, if it's a wind-up, fair play. Like, that is a decent coordinated wind-up. I respect it. Much better. It might just be the bit rate. I had it too high, perhaps. I don't know. Let's see. I've reduced it massively now, so... Yeah, now it's on... Yeah. Alright. How's life? Not too bad, thank you. Well, this stream thing is really annoying, the lag, but other than that, going well. I mean, last game week was a really good game week for me. I went did anyone else go Glasner, assistant manager, last game week? I don't know, I've been thinking about it, and I do think the chip is pretty overpowered. Like, 20 points from Palace beating Fulham is a bit ridiculous, because... Like, if you ask me, I think Palace and Fulham are pretty comparable teams. So to get 20 points for that is pretty absurd, I would say. Potter, obviously, 19 points, fair play if you went for that. Pereira got 19 points. But it's just that, I don't know, it's such a swingy chip. Like, for Arteta to get 0, I know loads of people went Arteta as well. Kieran says, yeah, I went Glasner, thanks to you, Oscar. Yeah, for him to get 20 points... I don't know. It's a very. I mean, that's the second highest score since the chip became available. High risk, high reward. Yeah, I mean that's true. Like some people went McKenna, they had Spurs, and obviously they beat Spurs in the reverse fixture at Tottenham Stadium. So yeah, I guess it is high risk, high reward, but the upside for getting the table bonus is just ridiculous. Like 20 points is like, let alone over 3 weeks. Does anyone have that Moyes to Emery to Glasner run? 56 points. Yeah, true. It's only OP if you pick the right manager, but that's what I mean. Like those that went for those 3, 56 points is like completely season changing. Yeah, good shout, Faisal. Let's stick a captain poll up. Who's your captain? I'm just going to put Salah and Palmer on here. Like, is there anyone that's going other? If you are messaging chat, but I find it hard to believe anyone's going anyone other than one of those 2 this week. Surely. I'm not trying to tell you guys what to do, but surely everyone's going for one of those 2. Like, who else is there? Brandon says bench 1 out of Wood, Semenyo, and Uatara. I'd bench Wood. Yeah, it's got to be Wood. I know he's like absolutely flying this season, but he has got Arsenal, the best team this season defensively in terms of XGC, and I think clean sheets as well. I'd much rather start Semenyo and Dango and bench Wood, Brandon. Combat Waffle says, how do I navigate the future with no free hit chip? If you've used your free hit already, well, obviously it's all about preparing for the blanks, because that's where most people are earmarking the free hit chip. So Gameweek 29 and Gameweek 34. So 29, we know the 4 teams that blank, so just make sure you can get 11 out. Like, you have to start preparing for that in advance. I'm sure you've been doing that already, but for 34, we don't know yet who's going to have a blank. So all I can really recommend is get a few roll transfers if you can, because there's going to be those teams that double in 33 and then blank straight after. So you're going to have some extra transfers for that. So do everything you can to roll. Like if you can get to 5 transfers, then you can pretty easily navigate the blanks, the blank in 34. A says, should I do Wood to Cunha with no money to get Wood back for the Ipswich game? Wood to Cunha with no money to get Wood back. Nah, if you're going Wood to Cunha, you just keep Cunha. There's no point. Unless you mean you're going to sell someone else to get back to Wood. But Cunha's like absolutely fine. I mean, look at the fixtures they got. Fulham home, Everton home. They got Southampton in the blank, so perfectly fine to keep. If you need him in Gameweek 30, West Ham home. If you need him in 31, Ipswich. And then this is when we get into like wildcard territory anyway. I think I'll probably use mine in 31. Like if we know who's gonna double in 33 before Gameweek 31, then I'll probably wildcard this week. And obviously we do have the double game week for Newcastle and Crystal Palace in Gameweek 32. It's not a very good double for Palace, but they've got Man City away, Newcastle away, and Newcastle are going to have Man United home, Crystal Palace home. Has anyone thought about this much yet? How many players you're going to have that double? So triple Newcastle, I think, is a given. Like if you've got your assistant manager still, then obviously one of those Newcastle will be Howe. But triple Newcastle, how many Palace do you go though? Do you go triple Palace even though it's a bad double? Like I think you have to have Mateta, right? Do you go Eze and Munoz, or maybe you have Henderson in goal? You're captaining in Mbumo. We found someone that's not going Salah and Palmer. Ruben's going in Mbumo. Anyone else not going? Doesn't look like it. So what's it looking like? 55% Salah, 43% Palmer, 2% other. So yeah, it's proper split this week. Yeah, I like Wood to Cunha, and I just wouldn't go back unless there's another forward you can sell for Wood in Game Week 29. But I would just move Wood on at this point. Charlie's captaining Bowen. Fair play. That's not a bad shout, I suppose. If there's anyone else other than those two, I think it'd have to be Bowen. But that is pretty rogue. Like, fair play. I hope it comes off for you. I hope it comes off, because he's not that highly owned, right? So I'm happy to say I hope it comes off. I'm going Palmer captain myself, so I'm not happy to say to the Salah captainers I hope it comes off. Combat Waffle says it's a captaincy coin flip incoming. It really is a coin flip this week. You can make a really strong case for Salah and Palmer. Mark Schroeder says, hey Oscar, hi all. It's your -12 Gakpo guy. I ended up taking a -4 last week, which was Gakpo to Wood, and rolling this week. Which one should I bench? So he's got Salah and Bumo, Palmer, Kluivert, Dango, Wood, Isak and Cunha. So, yeah, it's the same actually as Brandon, right? Brandon had Wood, Semenyo and Dango. And in your case, you've got Kluivert, Dango and Wood. And I'd bench Wood. Bench Wood. He's facing Arsenal. Play the fixture. And start Kluivert and Dango against Brighton. It just makes sense, given the fixture. And also, if that does come off, like, you've gained potentially some really nice points against the Wood owners. But yeah, I don't know. Wood could keep doing what he's doing, but the logical thing there is to bench Wood against Arsenal. Kieran says he used the assistant manager in 24 and he's first place in his league. Hang on, first place in your league did it in Gameweek 25, got you. And you said, I think he captains Salah this week. I think it would be smart to go Palmer as a differential. I probably wouldn't think too much about what other people in your league are doing, Kieran. I used to make this mistake myself. Like, I'd play in a league every season with my brother before I started doing like FPL content, and we just had this thing going where it's just a head-to-head competition more than anything, like more than rank. It was just who wins the brother league. And I used to start trying to think, like, what's he going to do? He's going to do this, so I'm going to do that. And you end up just shooting yourself in the foot, in my opinion, when you start to overthink what others are doing. And it's still pretty early in the season to be looking at what others in your league are doing, in my opinion. Right, if we're getting to game week 36 around the doubles, you know, trying to think of an example. Like, there's two popular premiums that double. One's obvious, one's not so obvious. Like, that's when you could think, all right, I'll go this way. But yeah, if you think he's going to go Salah, I think Palmer's great anyway. I'm going Palmer. I do think he's probably the best, but it's really, really close, given how ridiculous Salah's been this season. Like, he's on 285 points, right? So he needs 19 points. 19 points he needs to set a new all-time record. And he's got 11 games to play still. So, guesses in chat. How many points is Salah going to finish on? The all-time record is also his score. He got 303 points in 2017-18. He's got 11 games to play still. How many points do you reckon Salah finishes on? I'm going to go 368. I've not done the maths on what he's projected to do. So hang on, he's averaging it's about 10.5 a game times 11 is 100. What? There's no way he finishes on 400. He's projected to finish on 400. I went 268, but maybe that's too much of a regression. 399, 380, 385, 310, 310. He's got 11 games to play. 410. That would be... Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I'm going Palmer captain, Rick. Man Fillin says, have I made a mistake selling Rodgers for Minte? His underlying numbers look very good. I'm not sure if Minte is where I would have gone selling Rodgers, but I do think selling Rodgers is fine. Oh, it says double game week in my description. Oops, let me fix that. Edit. Oh yeah, so it does. It's not a double game week. There we go, save. Fixed. Thanks for the heads up. What's I saying? Yeah, Rodgers, apparently it's going to be a late fitness test and whether he starts this game week. I do think it's 50-50. He might be on the bench. So I think selling him is fine. Obviously blanks in 29 as well, so it makes sense to be shifting players like Rodgers on, Gakpo on. These players that are going to have a blank in 29 anyway. Combat Waffle has flipped the coin. The result was Palmer. It is what it is, he says. So that's Palmer captain locked in. 0.3 mil short of Rodgers to Bowen. Oh, that's annoying. Yeah, I like Bowen this week. Hi Hooey says -4 for Bowen. You've taken it already, or are you asking if you should? Equinox says, I'm debating a wildcard in Gameweek 29. Might be silly. Anyone can have input on this? Yeah, I would save it. I would save it. Just trying to think what it'd even look like. It doesn't work, really. Well, let's see how it works. Because you need triple Newcastle. Because they double in 32. And you need, ideally, a couple of Palace. Because they double in 32. But they also blank in 29. And then are you going with no Liverpool for the run-in? That, I guess you can make the case for that. But no, I don't see it. Also, we don't know who's going to double in 33 and 29. So I don't think it works. Doesn't make sense, really. It's still really up in the air who could... In fact, I've got a graphic here. This is from Mikhail Tokvam. And these are the projected number of fixtures for each team for each game week in a nutshell. So, for example, you see here the red, that means no game, 0. So Palace, Newcastle, Liverpool and Villa, blank in 29. That's what that column is there. And you see in 32, we've got Palace and Newcastle. 2.0 means they're guaranteed 2. And then you can see in 33, we've got anywhere from 1 to 1.67, representing the percentage likelihood of the number of fixtures they're going to play. So, for example, 1.67 means 67% chance that they'll have a second game. So, yeah, Palace and Man City, the likeliest to have a double game week 33. And then you can see it's Bournemouth and Man United. So that would be nice. Like we could have triple Bournemouth, which are already great, good value players, plus a double game week in 33. Oh, I'm probably going to end up with Bruno bloody Fernandes again. And then it's Newcastle, Ipswich, they could double. Brentford and Nottingham Forest could, so we'll have to see. Oh my god, Tim just gifted 50 memberships. Oh my god. Tim, what the hell? Oh my god. If you got one of those from Tim, make sure you thank him for that. Tim just dropping in with like 50 gifted memberships. Oh my days. What the hell? Oh, Flash is here. Good to see you, Flash. 50. Thank you so much, Tim. That's crazy. I don't know what to say. Thank you, Tim. It's still going. If you got one of those from Tim, make sure you thank him for that. They randomly go to people that are active in chat, so make sure you thank him for that. Robert says, who's your captain? I'm going Palmer, Robert. How are we doing, Connor? Ram says, I'll go pick me. That is crazy. What a legend. Thank you, Tim. Respect, Tim. Nice one, Tim. W, Tim. Fair play, Tim. W, Tim. Akim says Focal's got Focal's got the best content. Thank you, Akim. Appreciate that. I feel like I got the best support right now as well, if I'm honest. Like, that's crazy. Yeah, thank you all for being here. Senya Lump, good evening, Oscar. Wishing you a good gaming. Love you. Thank you very much, Senya Lump. Love you too. Thanks for swinging by, as always. Wood or Semenyo from Danny Boy? I'd go Semenyo. Semenyo over Wood, personally, is what I would do there. Vocal's the main man. Thanks, Grandmaster. It's still going, is it? I think it's finally done it. My chat crashed for a second because there was so many going out. Yeah, thanks again for that, Tim. That was crazy. Vocal's the GOAT. Stop it now. Come on. Hall or Cucurella to start from Fiverr Rider? I would start Cucurella. I think that one's really straightforward. Who was it? Hall or Cucurella? Hall's got Liverpool. Yeah, definitely Cucurella. Home to Southampton. Anyone buying Cucurella? Most of the FPL YouTubers make 40+ minute videos nowadays, and I don't have the time for that. So happy you still make the short ones. Appreciate that. Thanks, Evercon. Yeah, I know like some people like longer content, because especially if you've got a commute or if you're going for a run or you're at the gym or something, whereas there's also some people that are just when they've got a spare 10 minutes. So yeah, there's content that kind of fits everyone's preferences. I know some of you like a bit of both as well. So yeah, I'm glad to fit that niche anyway of the shorter, concise content. I think people generally just make content that they would want to watch. Like people that make longer content would like to watch longer content. So yeah, whereas me, I'm the same. I just as short as possible, but convey all the information that I need to know. How we doing, Top Gun? Oh, you meant Hall or Tarkowski? That makes a bit more sense. I'd start Tarkowski over Hall. I can't see a world where Hall's keeping a clean sheet at Anfield. So you're counting on an attack in return. I mean, Tarkowski is not that likely away at Brentford, but a bit likelier. Triple captain Tim. Kvaz says, do I bench Kirkez, Robinson or Gabriel? Tim rules from Kvaz. Kirkez, Robinson or Gabriel? So Kirkez away at Brighton. Robinson's got, is it Wolves away? Gabriel's got Forest away. Oh, they're all really close, these ones. Let me see what the clean sheet odds are looking like. From 11.5 here. That's got Arsenal top. Where's Bournemouth? 19%. Yeah, bench Kirkez. I mean, that's surprisingly low. You know what? They do have Zabanye red card suspension as well. So that does make sense to me, yeah. I'd bench Kirkez, Vaz. I would agree with that. Paul Oates, Leon, thanks for the super chat without the message. Thank you, Paul, for that. Did he mean to put a message with that? Let me check chat. No message there. Maybe it's just a messageless super chat. If so, thanks, Paul. Stain Seno says, Wood to Cunha or Rogers to Bowen with one free transfer, 3.6 million in the bank, free hit 34. You've got 3.6 mil in the bank or you're ranked 3.6 mil? Anyway, it doesn't really matter in terms of transfers. Wood to Cunha, Rogers to Bowen. Well, the thing is, Wood doesn't blank in 29. Rogers does. So it depends on if you go Wood to Cunha, are you going to have a problem in 29? If you're not, then I would do it. I think Wood to Cunha is worth it. Whereas if you're going to have a problem in 29, if you're selling someone like Wood that doesn't blank in 29 already, then I'd rather do Rogers to Bowen, if that makes sense. So prioritise accordingly. I like Wood to Cunha more personally, if you can afford to do that and still sell Rogers and have a full team in Gameweek 29. Anurag says, hi Oscar, please help with this team. Gabriel Cobble, Trent, Clive at Semenyo, Salah, Palmer, Rogers, Isaac, Wood, with is that João Pedro, Mikalenko and Greaves on the bench. One free transfer, 1.8 mil on the bank. I'm thinking Pedro to Cunha. Also Rogers out for -4, but who? So 3 at the back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in midfield, Isaac, Wood. 1.8 mil on the bank. You can't afford Rogers to Mbeumo, can you? I don't think you need to take a -4 here. I would just start João Pedro over Wood, to be honest with you. Or in fact, I'd probably bench Rogers. I'd bench Rogers, start João Pedro over him. There's no reason to bench João Pedro now that Welbeck's doubtful again. But I'm just thinking, is there any transfers you can do? So you're thinking João Pedro to Cunha. Yeah, I like João Pedro to Cunha. Yeah, if you can do that, I'd agree, Anurag. João Pedro to Cunha and bench Rodgers. I would go for that. Yeah, I think it's 50-50 if Rodgers starts, to be honest. He's got that little knock from the last game. And apparently he's been with the physio and some kind of late fitness test. So, yeah, he might start on the bench. So I would just bench him and do the Cunha move. I think you've got it right there. Doesn't need a -4. Just bench him. Evan, thanks for the 19 months. Says start 4 out of 5. Semenyo, Dango, Isak, Cunha, and Wissa. As mad as it sounds, I'd probably bench Isak, but if you don't want to take that risk with the EO, then bench Dango. Like, there's obviously rank risk when you bench an Isak, but he does make the most sense, in my opinion, out of those. But yeah, if you don't want to take that risk on because of his ownership, then I'd bench Dango. Just because of Evan Nelson being back in the picture. You were thinking the same. Great minds, Evan. Geo Law says bench Semenyo or Wissa. I'd rather bench Semenyo. He's got the away fixture. Basically, that's what it boils down to. And Wissa's also got the better underlying data recently. Second best of all players in the game over the last 6 game weeks, Wissa, for XGI. So yeah, play Wissa. I mean, he's been well unlucky to just have that one goal, really. Look at his recent underlying data. 0.59 XGI, 0.4, 0.83, 0.52, 0.47. You add that all up, it's pretty crazy. He's just got 1 goal and that's it. He's got Everton home, so yeah, I'd play Wissa personally. Mert, thanks for the super chat as well without the message. Thank you, Wirt. Appreciate that. And Heat says, should I sell Wood and or Pedro this week for Cunha and or Wissa? I honestly don't mind selling Wood. I know he's got Ipswich in 29, but what are their next 2? Is it Arsenal and Man City? I do think you can make the case for selling him, but João Pedro does have City in 29, so yeah. Do you have to play both this week? Because I think João Pedro is fine to play now. Fine to start. Playing home to Bournemouth. Whereas Wood against Arsenal, not so much. Tricky, it's close that. I'd rather buy Cunha, by the way, over Wissa if I was picking one. Like, Wissa had Leicester last week, that fixture's gone now, so it's got to be Cunha. Fulham home, Everton home, Southampton away, West Ham home, Ipswich away. Just thinking, will I rather sell Wood or João Pedro, though? Who have Brighton got next week? Fulham home. Oh, it's 2 home games as well. I'd rather sell Wood, honestly. I'd rather sell Wood. Wood to Cunha. I quite like that. Super Duper says, do I bench Wood or Cliver and Van Dijk or Wan-Bissaka? Ooh, well, I'd rather bench Wood for Cliver, first of all. Wan-Bissaka or Van Dijk? Well, Wan-Bissaka's home to Leicester. Van Dijk's got Newcastle. I would play the clean sheet odds. I mean, Wan-Bissaka as well. He's actually been getting really advanced down that right side. So, I quite like Wan-Bissaka. I'd play Wan-Bissaka and Cliver out of those. Yeah. Why would you bench Gabriel? Well, for me, it's Gabriel or Munoz. Let's end the captain poll and see if you guys think Gabriel or Munoz, because it does feel like a coin toss. Who do I start? Gabriel or Munoz? I can only pick one of those to start. I don't think benching Colwill is the solution. Like, he's home to Southampton. I've got to play Colwill. So Munoz or Gabriel? Who would you start? Get your voting on the poll. Ali Awada says, who do I take with the assistant manager this week? These are the Game Week 27 projections. Is Glasner top this week, actually, 10.3, because he's got the table bonus, of course, against Villa. Matty says, Wood to Cunha or Greaves to Cucurella or -4 for both. Do you have to play Greaves this week? Because if you have to play Greaves, then I'd be prioritising selling Greaves myself. And I think both for -4 is okay in that case. If you don't have to play Greaves, then obviously just leave him on your bench. Pereira's second, so the ones highlighted in red here are eligible for table bonus. So we've got Wolves home to Fulham, Palace home to Villa, Spurs home to Man City, and obviously Southampton away at Chelsea, but not a chance in hell, if you ask me. They get anything there, but maybe that's famous last words, but yeah. Irish guy says, if I leave, you're not going to suddenly stick the armband on Salah, are you? No, I'm not. I'm feeling pretty settled. Unless there's some mental leak that comes out tonight, like Palmer bench, but that's not going to happen either. Yeah, it's Palmer for me. I've got an interesting tweet to show you actually in a minute on Southampton. So yeah, it depends about Greaves, Matty, and just make your move accordingly, or moves if need be on both. Yeah, I do fear Cunha a bit. If you guys saw the experts video, he was the most transferred in player this week, and I'm not going to own him at any point. I mean, really what I'm battling with, and I'm interested to know if any of you are looking at the same thing, is selling Salah in Gameweek 29 to buy Haaland. Are any of you lining that up, or are you trying to find some other way to do it, like selling Palmer? Because I was looking at Wissa to Haaland, assuming Strand Larsen's getting minutes by then. If Strand Larsen's playing or starting by then he's perfect. Like 45 last match on his return from injury. He's got Southampton at 29, so keeping him makes sense. And I could go Wissa to Haaland, Salah maybe to Bruno, because he's got Leicester. Maybe not. It could be someone else like Trossard or something. I don't know. And then I'd use my third free transfer on something like Trent to Vardiol. And that gets me... Maybe I can just quickly show it here. Oh, sorry. So this is on FPL.team. I don't know if that's going to fit, actually. Is that fitting in there? Can't really see now. Oh, it's a bit too wide. Like that. Like, so I can roll this week. 28. That looks fine. That's rollable again, right? I could probably start Colwell over Gabriel if I want, something like that. That looks rollable to me. And then I get to 29, I've got 3 free transfers. And you can see here, the player's blanking, there's a lot. So let me get Strand Larsen on. Let's get Gabriel on. So let's get Tarkowski on. So basically, now look at it. I've got 3 free transfers and just Salah that blanks. But I've got Colwell against Arsenal. I don't want that. So one of those moves could be Vardiol in for Trent. That's nice. They've got Brighton home, then they've got Leicester the week afterwards. 2 free transfers. So what I do with the last 2? I think I have to sell one of Isak or Salah. But I'm definitely going to have Isak because he's got the double in 32. I'm probably going to have Salah, so I might just have to take the hit in team value. So I could go Wissa to Haaland. What have I got? Minus 5.4. 7.8 mil on the bank. So who can I afford? Oh shit, I can't even afford Bruno. So I'll have to be someone else. Who would I go? Bowen? I'll have to think about who that would be there. Trossard? Maybe Trossard. Maybe that. Home to Chelsea. And then he's got Fulham home in Gameweek 30. I mean, that looks alright, doesn't it? Assuming like Haaland's okay by then. And that doesn't cost me a hit. Obviously I took the hit last week. That was the whole thinking. Take the hit last week. Didn't work out obviously because Arsenal conceded. But then like what do I do? Then you get to Gameweek 30 and I've got no Liverpool. And that's when Liverpool have got Everton home. So, yeah. But then Haaland's got Leicester home. So, look, let me just work this up roughly. So, Munoz can come back in. That's fine. This was the other reason, by the way, that I took that hit for Gabriel. Because, look, he's got Fulham home here. And in theory, I can roll this week. Like, that's a pretty solid 11. Well, depending on how Salah does, obviously. But, like, imagine City batter Leicester, Haaland gets a hat-trick, and I've got him captain. I'm not too worried about Salah then. But, yeah, it does depend on how the rest of the team does. In theory, that should be fine, Game Week 30, and then I'd wildcard Game Week 31. Because then in 32, we've got the double Game Week. I've not really thought too much about what the wildcard would look like, but, you know, something like this. So I'd have like as many doubling as possible. Would I have Haaland? Maybe I would. Would I get Salah back? Not sure yet. You know, this sort of thing. So I could have like 6 doublers in 32. That's quite nice. Anyway, lots to think about. I'll be doing videos near the time, team selections, wildcard drafts. So make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. It's completely free, and you can always unsubscribe. Bro dropped Salah. I know. Or maybe I'll get Salah back. I'm not sure yet. It does seem a bit insane to go no Salah. But the thing is, he's not going to have any double game weeks for the rest of the season. So it's just, does Haaland outscore Salah when Haaland could have 2 double game weeks still? Trinity says, that's why you guys are the pros. No way I'm selling Salah. Hey, I might not either. I'm just like spitballing. I'm interested to know if any of you are considering it. Or if there's not a world where you do it. Like, I could buy him back in Game Week 31 on my wildcard. So, in a nutshell, Game Week 29 is no problem. Salah doesn't play. So, it's just, I have to survive Game Week 30 when Salah's got Everton home. I have to survive Game Week 30, basically. But that week, it does kind of line up because Haaland's got Leicester home. So, I do think it's possible just to go for 2 weeks without him. And then you make a call on your wildcard. And then you make a call whether to get him back or not. Like, also, I'm 28k now, so if I keep climbing the next couple of game weeks, then I might be more inclined to just go Salah on the wildcard, because that could take you 2 ways. It could derail your season. Or, if it does come off, you know, and Haaland's going toe-to-toe with Salah, plus he's got the double, then who knows how high it could take you. I think it's definitely one to consider, especially if you're not where you want to be in your leagues or your ranks. You could hedge against Salah on your wildcard and just go for it. Anyway, that was quite a long ramble. I don't even know how we got to that, but there we go. That was quite a long ramble about the wildcard and Salah and Haaland and so on. Palmer doesn't have a double game week either. Much better to get rid of him than Salah. Yeah, well, that's true. Maybe it's possible to go Salah and Haaland on the wildcard. I'm not sure how feasible that is. This is it though, it might be tricky if I sell Salah in 29 to then buy him back and also afford Haaland. Anyway. How do I say your name? That Nikurj? Probably said your name wrong, sorry. Who to bench between Dango, Isak, Wissa and Mbumo? I definitely wouldn't be benching Wissa and Mbumo, so it's Dango or Isak. Again, it's kind of like what I was saying earlier. I think Isak makes the most sense to bench out of those 4. But if you don't want to take on that risk, you know, that rank risk. Because like, he did get a goal and an assist, didn't he, against Liverpool when he played them home in Game Week 14. If you don't want to take that rank risk on because of his ownership, then bench Dango. But definitely start Wissa and Mbumo, in my opinion. Right, Tuna says start Wissa and roll or buy Cunha, Wood or Dango. No, I'd start Wissa. You don't need to buy Cunha. I mean, I don't know who your other forwards are and if that's a worthwhile upgrade. Wood to Cunha, is that worth it? Probably not if you can start Dango. It's pretty luxury. I would just roll. Just play Dango and Wissa and roll. The Busted Flush says 8 Nori versus Kukurea versus Dorgu and Saar versus Jurgensen. Cheers. I'd like Cucurella the most. He does have Arsenal 29, which sucks, but the next two are really nice. Really, really nice fixtures. It's close. I mean, Wolves' defence is shocking, but they do have better fixtures overall. Is he carrying a knock, or am I imagining that? I'm trying to remember. I'll go Cuckoo. I wouldn't go Jurgensen. Not keen on the Chelsea keepers. It feels like they're always one mistake away from the other one coming in. So if I was picking one of those, it'd be Sarr. And you got the best of both. You've got Wolves and Chelsea defence. So yeah, Cuckoo and Sarr. How are we doing, Nishant? Start Milenkovic or Robinson? Robinson, Kano. So Rodgers to Bowen and bench one of Wood, Isak, Dango. Or just bench Rodgers. I like Rodgers to Bowen. I would definitely consider that if you can do it. Yeah, it's a good move. Unless you don't have Mbeumo, then I would like him even more than Bowen. But yeah, I like that. I like the Bowen pick. He's one player I'd love to have this week. I had him earlier in the season. He did alright for me. But I just don't have room to squeeze him back in. Like, there's no one I'm selling here. My midfield is just absolutely set right now. I mean, in theory, my team should be set for the next few game weeks. And then in game week 29, I'll have 3 free transfers to play around with. How are we doing, Beardy? Hope you're well. Start Wood or Eze? Eze, Razan. Do you think Arsenal can score without any forwards? Well, they certainly did against Leicester, but yeah, it is a problem. It is a big problem. Last match, it was Trossard out on the left. Marino's playing striker, Nwaneri right wing, but yeah, obviously 1-0 loss. No, they definitely can, but really up against it. Like, it's going to take a miracle now for Arsenal to be in the title race. I think it's pretty much done. Bench Colwill, Gabriel, or Digne. Out of those, I'd bench Digne, Jamie. Alright, let's have a look at the scout selection for this week. What's the best team? They've gone with Henderson, Trent, Gabriel, Wan-Bissaka. Let us know in chat, by the way, how many of you got from the scout team. They've got Salah, captain midfield, then Palmer. So they've gone Salah, captain, Bruno, Bowen, Mateta, Cunha, Wissa, and they've got Glasner, assistant manager. Heat says, what's your chip strategy projection? It'll be, well, it depends when we find out who doubles in 33. I'll come back to that in a sec, Heat. Razan's got 6. Dennis has got 6. Let me count mine up. I've got Trent, Gabriel, Salah, Palmer, and Wissa. 5 for me. Antonio's got 6. Yeah, chip strategy. So it really depends, like, when we find out who doubles in game week 33. There's about a 50% chance that we know who doubles in game week 33 before game week 30. Only about 50% chance. 90% chance, roughly, that we know before game week 31 who doubles in 33. So I'll be wildcarding after we get that information, if that makes sense. Because obviously I'm never going to wildcard till I know who actually doubles in game week 33. And my wildcard will be dictated by which teams double. And I'll try and build up with as many players that double. So probably it will be wildcard 31, bench boost double game week 33, and then free hit 34. Yeah, triple captain and assistant manager are used up already, so that'll be my last 3 chips and when I plan to use them. How we doing, Pima? Mr. F says, hey Oscar, I've got Gabriel and Timber starting, Concert and Hall on the bench. I brought in Cunha for Ndai. I need a -4 to have 11 in game week 29, so I'm thinking of Wan-Bissaka for Concert or Enzo for Rodgers for a -4. The only thing of Enzo is he did have that knock or something towards the end of last match, and people were worried he might have picked up an injury, but he was seen in training. I think it was yesterday. But does he start? Because Maresca does love to rotate. Especially against these teams like Southampton. Like, who remembers, was it Southampton last time round? Game week 14? I think it was game week 14 when he benched loads of players like Enzo and Jackson. So that's not impossible. So I think I'd be reluctant to take the hit. If I knew Enzo was starting, I'd say that's worth it. But it feels a bit risky to take a -4 for someone that's not guaranteed to start, if you see what I'm saying. Can you afford Neto out of interest? Neto's an interesting one. I think he could be playing striker tonight for Chelsea. Anyone going Neto? What's his ownership even? Neto's an interesting one. I think I like him more than Nkunku as well. He's 6.2 mil, 1.4%. But is he guaranteed to start the next two as well? They've got Madueke out, so he probably does, doesn't he? Oliver says, as a Chelsea fan, don't fall for it. You don't think so? Even if he's playing striker against the worst team in the league? So, yeah, Wan-Bissaka, not for a -4, I don't think. I probably wouldn't take a -4 for either of those. I don't mind selling Rodgers, but it depends who... Like, have you got one Bournemouth mid? Can you squeeze a second one in? Like Semenyo or Kluivert? But yeah, if I knew Enzo was starting, I'd say definitely do it. But otherwise, I wouldn't, because we just don't know for sure. It feels a bit risky with that potential knock and potential rotation, given the fixture. Anselm, thanks for the 29 months. He says, he's punted on Neto from Rodgers. Do I bench Wood or Dango? I would bench Wood, Anselm. Yeah, I was just talking about Neto. He's an interesting one. I think he's a really nice differential when you look at those next two. I like the Neto pick. And they've got Madueke out, so I feel like and Jackson out, so I feel like he's got to be pretty good for minutes right now. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. I was going to show you an interesting tweet. I'm not sure if he's here, but FPL Price here. I think he's a Southampton fan. Yeah, he is. And he was talking about captaincy earlier, and why he's back in Parma. And this is why I think it's such a fixture to back. And maybe you can add Neto to your team, or maybe Nkunku. But he was talking about some of the problems they've got. First of all, key absentees this week, including their two best centre-backs, Ben Narek and likely Harwood Bellis. In addition to that, players like Aribo, who just simply can't defend, have been filling in gaps in the back line. Ugo Chukwu, he started in defensive mid last match. He can't play against Chelsea because he's on loan from them. That's his parent club. So it's probably going to be Downs who's been out of favour after a fallout. He says they're constantly changing system right now. Juric came out after the Brighton game saying they're incapable of defending in the way he wants, so they're going to have to change it again. Back 5, back 4, who knows. And he said, further to point 3, we've got 2 days between matches and they will have had less than 48 hours to train the new defensive system with a new look backline because of the injury. By far the worst expected goals conceded in the league. Palmer racked up 1.83 expected goals in the reverse fixture, 2.15 XGI in total. He's saying Chelsea's attacking data is actually the best in the league recently. Short sample size, but it shows that the issue has not been chance creation necessarily. There's probably more I've forgotten here, but that covers most of the key points. Thanks for coming to my TED talk. Anyway, that's from a Saints fan. So, show your team. There's my team. So yeah, it's Captain Palmer for me. Oh yeah, 58% say start Munoz, 42% Gabriel. So yeah, we'll stick with that. And Bob says, do I play Raul Jimenez over Dango, Isak or Wood? Who have Fulham got again? They're playing Wolves away. I would start him over Wood, yeah. There is, I guess there's an outside chance Munoz comes in because of the busier schedule, but Nice tweet. I know, banging tweet from Pricey. Definitely give him a follow. He's got his own YouTube channel as well. I'm not sure if he's doing a deadline stream. I don't know if he does streams actually. But yeah, he makes his own videos as well. He's got a channel, FPL Pricey. Yeah, I'd start Jimenez over Wood personally. Play the fixture. Fulham against Wolves, Wood against Arsenal. It's got to be Jimenez, and just hope he starts. Who's the best captain for Gameweek 27? I'm on Palmer, and interestingly, if we look at reviews projections, Palmer's so far ahead. This surprised me. How's the algorithm gone wrong here? 9.7 projected points for Palmer. Salah's on 7.2. So it's actually not even close as far as reviews projection, but football's played on grass, not on spreadsheets. It's a close one. Like Salah's on record-breaking pace, so projections just go out the window, really, don't they? When it's someone like Salah having the best season in FPL history. Bettina says Palmer's going to ghost a 2-pointer. Hall or Kanate? Kanate, Kierat. No, I don't think I'd take a hit for Nori. I don't feel... Doesn't feel like a comfortable hit to be taken. Like, I know he does have loads of upside, but he's got Fulham. Like, you'd probably back him to concede. Rick Starr says, Oscar, I've not been enjoying FPL recently. I'm at 1.2 mil, way behind in my mini league, so I've decided to punt and see where I get to with Bowen captain. Fair play. I really hope Bowen captain comes off you. I hope it does. Has anyone else had a tough time in FPL recently? Does FPL ever get your mood down? Or do you see it as just a game and you don't care if you had a bad game week? Or are you in the other camp where like FPL can make or break a weekend for you? Like if you have a massive red arrow, does it ruin your weekend, or do you just like not care? Brandon says football's played on grass and not a spreadsheet is such a bar. There you go, you can make a song out of that. That's the first line. It is what it is. Yes, but it's better now. Me this season. Can we have a poll about it? Yeah, let's do it. Can FPL ruin your weekend when it goes badly? The poll is up. Let me catch up on the super chats. Get your votes in on that one. I'm a bit behind actually. Halftime Oranges says I need to ditch Ahmad from -4 to get 11 out. I've got 9 million in the bank. You already have Rodgers, Cliver and Palmer. Do I go Bowen, Mbumo or Semenyo? I'd go Mbumo, Oranges. Yeah, I think it has to be Mbumo. Like, he's home to Everton, then he's got another home fixture. Bournemouth away is not ideal in 29, but it's Mbumo. He's on pens, set pieces. He's having the best season ever. It's got to be Mbumo. Bowen's great as well. He's the upside play, but I think Mbumo is just even better. 9 million in the bank. Damn. Can I have a loan? Paul Oates says, thanks for the trust last gaming. Bon Valet beat Albapool, aka the most hated. It's Bon Valet versus Puddin. Sebastian in this game week. A duel to decide who will reign this game week. Any predictions? Yeah, I'm back in Puddin or Sebastian this week. Yeah, I think it's a straightforward one. Yeah. I'm surprised people are back in Bon Valet against Puddin. So yeah, Sebastian for the win this week. Steve says start Wood or Isak. I'd start Isak. Yeah, I mean it's another one that's really close. Like, they're both playing against the top 2 defences in the league. Wood's got the home fixture, but Isak's just even better than Woods, let's be honest. So I'd start Isak. Bertman says, no question, just a thank you because I got 125 points in Gameweek 26. Cheers, though, Bertman says. No worries. 126. How many? 125 points in Gameweek 26. Did anyone do better than 125? I think I got 112, yeah. But then I took a -4, 108 for me last week. A lot of people said, I had quite a few comments actually this week, like, we got well over 100 thanks to the Glasner tip, and I'm really glad that came off, because, like, yeah, I can't imagine what the comments would have been if I'd suggested Glasner and he'd come away with 0. So that was a massive relief actually. Crazy swing. 126, 128 Kenny got. Yeah, thanks for that, Berman. I appreciate that. Mr. F says Palmer was to the right last match. Didn't look great to me. It's why Enzo looked better if you ask me. I think he's been unlucky to only have an assist over his last 5. They have missed Jackson, but I just think when it's Southampton plus all that stuff from Pricey's tweet, there's just so much that to me that points towards Chelsea putting quite a few past them. I mean, have we got any more graphics here? Yeah, we've got one here, projected goal scorers. Palmer's top of that as well, 0.95 projected goals. Salah's 0.71. Haaland's second, but obviously no one's looking at Haaland captain because he's a doubt. I don't think Palmer on the right is a bad thing necessarily. I wouldn't read too much into that. I mean, that was where he was playing under Pochettino, right? A lot last season. But everything goes out the window as well when you're playing against Southampton. No disrespect to Southampton fans, but I guess that is disrespectful. But it's Southampton, like the worst team for XGC. They're one of the worst teams in terms of points at this stage of a season as well, right? 132 points last week. What? Here for FPL says, hi Oscar, bench 1 out of Wood, Wisser, Isak and Cliver. I'd bench Wood here for FPL. Got to be Wood. Wisser or Cliver are pretty straightforward to start, so it's Isak versus Wood, and that was the same question that Steve had, and yeah, I'd start Isak over Wood myself. Ben Graham says, hi Focal, I want to get João Pedro to Cunha, but I don't have the money for him, so I have to sell Sarr to someone. Can you give me suggestions on who, please? So they need to be cheaper than Sarr as well. How much is Sarr? There's not many options. Like, there's Dango. Sarr is 5.5. Yeah, I mean, Dango's the only one. I mean, Waneri, I suppose, but yeah, it's Waneri or Dango. Those are the only ones if you have to sell Sarr to free up the money. And I'd say Dango is probably the one. Yeah. So Sarr to Dango, João Pedro to Cunha. That's what I would do, Ben, if you need the money for Cunha by selling Sarr. Very limited options. I think Raneri's injured. Arteta said he was all right, so I think he's all right. And well, you can't really trust Arteta, but yeah, again, maybe just Dango, just to be extra sure. Faz says, once my girl got so angry due to FPL that she stormed out of the door in anger, and she's also thrown things in the living room out of anger due to FPL. No way. Honestly, it can be a tilting game. Like, I sold Wood for Wisser recently, and that was when Wood immediately got the hat-trick. It was that game week there, home to Spurs, and that was when Spurs were like proper bare bones. And I was like, they have to score home to Spurs. I'm completely got a misread on that game, and that was when Wood got the hat-trick. I was proper pissed off of that. At least Wisser scored last week, but yeah. Was it an assist? Did you guys see the assist / non-assist? Should it have been an assist? I don't know if I can show the replay. I need to let that one go, though. I need to let that assist go. Best manager to go, asks Henry. I think I'd honestly go Glasner. Not just because of last game week, but if we look at the projected points for the managers, Glasner's on 10.3. Pereira 9.5. That's not a bad shout home to Fulham, table bonus. Or, honestly, I'd only go for either those two, or if we just want to go for the safe bet, go for Maresca. Maresca's the safe one, like. they should put at least a few goals past Southampton. There's clean sheet potential. So I'd say Maresca, or if you want to chase the upside, go for Glasner with the table bonus against Fulham. So can FPL ruin your weekend when it goes badly? 66% yes, 34% no. There we go. BW123 says, hi mate, do I keep Herzler or transfer him out? If so, who for? It's for free, and I can just about get 11 out of no hits for Gameweek 29. Also bench Wood or Rodgers. So is there a table bonus for Brighton? There's not, is there? Let me go back to that graphic. Where's Herzler on here? 5.8. Yeah, I mean, based on that, you have to sell him. So you've got two choices. You either go Glasner and you chase the table bonus, or you go Maresca and you don't chase the table bonus, but in my opinion, you're guaranteed to get, let's work it out, maybe 8 to 12 points. So if you're happy with 8 to 12 points, go for Maresca. Or if you really want to chase it like the Glasner guys did last week, then go for Glasner. Bertman says, Arsenal have already ruined my season. All I have is FPL now. Yeah, depends on your risk tolerance there, BW. But I would sell him, yeah. So go Glasner, it's the upside move. Maresca's the banker pick, because they're going to beat Southampton tonight, let's be honest. Wood or Rodgers? I'd probably start Wood, just because Rodgers isn't guaranteed to start. Yeah, Wood. Pricey, thanks for the super chat. Message retracted. I didn't see what it said. And Espen also, thanks for your super chat. Thank you both. No message on that one either. Pricey said below, hi mate, -4 hit for Watkins and Rodgers out for Bowen and Cunha. I'm 29k, thank you. So Watkins and Rodgers to Bowen and Cunha. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, do it, Pricey. Unless you don't have Mbumo. I like him even more than Bowen. Nice rank. Are we on the same points? Oh, I guess they were like 1 point apart, maybe. I'm 28k. Yeah, I like that. You're selling two players that blank in 29 for two players with better fixtures that don't blank in 29. As far as -4s go, that's nice, Pricey. Do it. Good luck with Bowen. Mike Donovan says, -4 to replace Semenyo/Kluivert for Palmer. A -4 to sell Kluivert and Semenyo. Is that the only way you can get to Palmer? Oh, God. That's a difficult one. Yeah, I really wouldn't want to go into these next two without Palmer, so I'd say it's worth it. It's a bit of a dodgy position to get yourself stuck in where you don't have Palmer and you're taking a hit to get him, but it's worth it, Mike, if I'm honest. Southampton home, Leicester home. I don't think you can go into these next two without Palmer. Like, I think he's the best captain this week, so that's why I've got the armband on him even. Let alone not owning him, so yeah, I would do it. I'd probably sell Kluivert if I was picking between the two, just because Semenyo's generally the safe one for minutes. And lastly, Napstar says -4, Tell to Bowen or Neto or Roll. Tell? Who have Spurs got? I'm not even sure what the fixture is. Spurs have got... Oh yeah, City home. Oh, for a -4. I probably would, you know. Bowen. I'd probably go Bowen over Neto. I think both are great, but I think Bowen's probably a bit better, yeah. Literally Mikey says, are you making any transfers? No, I'm going to roll this week. McLean says, as a Spurs fan, Tell has been poor. Kermie says, Wood will get a hat-trick. I hope he doesn't. God, I'm grateful for everything Wood's given me this season, but I sold him slightly too soon, and he's absolutely killed me. God, where would I be if I hadn't sold Wood before that hat-trick? Probably be about 10k right now. Toshar says Focal music. Yeah, this is a track I made. Absolute banger. Chelsea fan here, don't buy Neto. Why not? Why don't buy Neto? First time catching your stream from Pakistan. Thank you for tuning in. Where's everyone tuned in from today? In fact, tag me on Twitter or Blue Sky with a photo of your stream setup. Whether it's like you're watching it on your TV or you're out and about watching it on your laptop, take a photo of your stream setup. Tag me on X or Blue Sky and I'll retweet it. Neto's got no end products. Yeah, but it's Southampton and Leicester home back to back. Ashley says, do I captain Bowen or Palmer? I would captain Palmer, Ashley, between those two. Watching from UK, Belgium, Dublin, Nottingham, Singapore, Algeria, Spain, Kurdistan, Somerset, Nepal, California, Ghana, Mongolia. God, FPL proper reaches far and wide, doesn't it? Did you guys see, actually, it's the biggest FPL season ever in terms of player base. $10.3 million managers is a new record. First ever season was 2002-03 and only 76,000 signed up, so you were guaranteed a top 100k finish in FPL's first season. It's the hardest season ever this season, with 11.3 million currently, 11.3 managers currently entered. Mark says, Cunha in, so who makes way? João Pedro or Rao, and why? Let me just check their fixtures again. So this week Brighton got Bournemouth home, and then they got Fulham home, City away. Jimenez has got Wolves away, Brighton away, Spurs home. It's really close, you know. It really is close looking at the two. Fulham have got 2 away games. And I think I'd sell Jimenez if I was picking one. He doesn't feel as trustworthy for minutes. Like just in case Muniz comes in for a game when there's 3 games a week, it's possible. Whereas Welbeck remains doubtful and he's got 2 home games. I know he's got City in 29, but that's not necessarily a bad fixture, is it? I think you back Pedro over Jimenez and sell Jimenez for Cunha, Mark. Master Zupi says, I'm thinking of Wood to Cunha. If so, who do I bench out of Marmish, Isak, Enzo and Semenyo? 50-50 cap Salah / Palmer. Defend or 46k to try and climb. I mean, if it's 50-50, really, it's really down to you if you're happy where you are, or if you want to try and chase. I do think Palmer's a little bit better than Salah, but both are really good, and it's so hard to separate them, if I'm honest. How we doing, Neve? You alright? Who do you bench out of those, though? Tricky one. My first instinct was Marmoush, but probably not Marmoush. I'd expect him to start again, and probably KDB doesn't start the next one, so he has to start. Even especially like if Haaland might not. It's just whether Enzo starts as well. He was seen in training, and it might be a game that he rotates. Like, does what's his name, Dewsbury Hall come in for a game or something like that? God, it's so hard to predict minutes this week. I do think there's going to be some rotation frustration. Day 279 of calling Focal Smexy Geezer, 114 points last week. Fair play, Will, fair play. Yeah, this one's really hard. I mean, I think Captain Palmer, that's my view, so that's that part. Marmish, Isak, Enzo, or Semenyo. Probably bench Marmish, yeah, for Cunha. Marmoush out of those 4. And just hope that Enzo starts. I mean, he was seen in training on Monday. If we hadn't seen that, I would have said bench Enzo. But it feels like there's a chance. And I feel like you have to take that chance when it's Southampton home. Salah says, bench 1 out of Wood, João Pedro, Semenyo and Cliver. I'd bench Wood, Salah, out of those. Start Dango or Wissa from FPL Trine? Wissa. Oscar, can we get the clean sheet odds from Jangai? Clean sheet odds are there from 11ify. Ross says, did I miss the Southampton tweet you said about? Yeah, I'll put that up on the screen in a second as well. You'll have to pause the stream to read it because there's a lot of information, but it's from FPL Pricey. I just came across it earlier on my timeline, and he gave a really honest perspective as a Saints fan about their situation and how dire it kind of is right now. There it is. So he just goes into various reasons about, you know, Chelsea's prospects for tonight's game, Palmer as a captain, and just why there's a few things pointing towards Palmer. So yeah, let's stick a captain poll up, and then I'll take that off the screen. Right, poll is up. Get your votes in. So yeah, that was the tweet there. We're going to do a giveaway in a minute as well, actually. For those that aren't aware, I've got an app called FPL Focal in the App Store, and I'm going to give away season premium membership for free. There'll be 5 up for grabs. So if you haven't got the app, go install it, or if you've got it already, then get the app open and get ready. On the app in the top left corner, it says like tap here to hide ads, and it takes you to a page where you enter the code I'm about to put on screen. And if you enter that, you'll get the entire rest of the season premium for free. So you get stuff like custom themes like that, where you can change it. You get it completely ad free. I know ads are annoying, but it's expensive to have a website, I'll be honest, so I have to put ads on. You can add and remove widgets like that, customize it, move stuff around, change the layout. Yeah, if you want to install it, the app's free. FPL Focal in the App Store. So, get ready. The code is, and there's 5, first 5 that enter it, get it. The code is ice cold. So if you want it, if you don't use the app, don't worry about it, but I know lots of you do use it. Ice cold is the code. Enter that and you'll get the entire rest of the season premium completely free. Install it now. You should still have time. Thanks for the live chat, Oscar. No worries, Kim. That's the code. Ice cold. Risky Pearl, thanks for the 3 months. Says, hi Oscar, bench 1 of Dango, Rogers and Wood. I would bench Rogers, Risky, just because he's a slight doubt. Apparently it's yeah, he's with the physio and they're going to decide if he starts the next one or not. So yeah, I think I probably wouldn't take the chance and I'd just go for Wood. I know he's got Arsenal. It's not great for either of them. Right, let's check if those have been claimed. First come, first serve. Oh, there's one left. One more left to claim before it's gone. Ice cold is the code. Oh, they're gone now. There we go. Let us know in chat if you got it. Well done to those that did. By the way, if you missed out on the code, the first month isn't completely free anyway, so you can try it anyway if you want and cancel if you don't like it. But yeah, I've made the first month free anyway, so I think you actually get an extra month on top if you enter that code. So yeah, well done if you got it. But yeah, the first month's free if you want to support me. It's only £1.49 for all those features. Butter Knight says, need some major points. Is Mbumo / Wissa worth bringing in? I'm looking for good differential options. You need some major points. What's this? Oh. God, I got a message from... Don't worry. It'll take too long to explain that. And it'll make people panic because it's not what I thought it meant. Need some major points. Is Mbumo / Wissa worth bringing in? Looking for some good differential options. Yeah, they're worth bringing in. Worth bringing in. I mean, if you want differential points and that's all you're interested in, then go for Bowen over Mbumo. But I think Mbumo's better than Bowen, but they're both great. Like this week, Bowen's got the fixture. Last week, it was Brentford that had Leicester, right? And Mbumo got 1 goal, 1 assist. Wissa scored. This week, it's Bowen, home to Leicester. So Bowen's the upside pick this week, but longer term, I like Mbumo and Wissa more. So there's a differential option if you want one. Bowen isn't even a differential anymore. Oh, what's his ownership, Lewis? I thought it was still pretty low. I thought it was still like under 5%, or is it not anymore? And Dyer's still injured, unfortunately. Dennis says bringing in Neto to play with Palmer in order to captain Salah. So you're hedging it, are you? Right, Sebastian says, what is most exciting in head-to-head? I have many different ones, or almost all the same. I love pudding. Thank you for the trust. Hang on, what did I just read? What is most exciting in H2H? I have many different ones. Many different ones are almost all the same. What? Head-to-head? Or is that something else? He's 6.9%. Love pudding. Thank you for the trust. I don't know what you're asking me, Sebastian. That one's lost on me, I'll be honest. Sorry. Postecoglou over Pereira. If you're going for a manager, I'd rather Pereira, but I think Glasner's even better. These are the projected manager points this week from Rob T. Glasner's on 10.3, Pereira 9.5. Maresca 9.0. If I was using it this week, if I still had it, I'd be on Glasner or Maresca. FPL Hawk says, do I order a kebab or a pizza? I would go for a kebab tonight. Yeah, I think kebab's the one. What's the best takeaway, guys? Who asked for the clean sheet odds? I'll put those on screen a sec. So Arsenal 45%, Chelsea 42%. I'm surprised by that, by the way. And that does make me think, am I making a mistake benching Gabriel for Munoz? But Munoz, what is he? 18% less likely. Fish and chips, good shout, good shout. Oh, maybe I should get fish and chips tonight. I'm pretty hungry. No, I shouldn't. I just remembered I got groceries earlier. Oh, I'd love a kebab. Message from Salah who says, bench one of Munoz, Kirkes and Cucurella. I'd bench Kirkes out of those, Salah. He's got the worst clean sheet odds of the three. And obviously no Zabanye for Bournemouth, which isn't ideal. Triple sauce, doner kebab. Oh, don't. Miro says, decisions. Do I bench Eze, Dango or Wood? I think that one's got to be Wood. It's got to be Wood. Eze's got a home fixture. Dango's playing Brighton away. I think both of those have got better fixtures than Wood against Arsenal. Kanate versus Gabriel. I'd go Gabriel. Best clean sheet odds this week based on that table there from 11ify. Oh yeah, we haven't done Kings of the Gameweek, have we? It's the last thing we need to do, really. No one got it last week, as far as I recall. It was Asensio. Asensio, 15-pointer. Not a huge one, but he was king of the Gameweek, Gameweek 26. Who do you reckon it's going to be this week? Top scoring player in the game is what we're asking for. I'm going to go with a Chelsea player, and I'm going to say, let's go with Neto. What do you guys think? Neto? Palmer? Salah? Maddison against City. Bowen. Bowen's a good shout, Nigel. Good shout, good shout. Wood, Cunha, Salah. It's often someone random, but I feel like this week it's going to be someone obvious, like Salah or Palmer, but let's see. Let's see. Alright, let's flick this back up. Let's have a look at the chat. Keep your messages coming. If you have enjoyed this stream, by the way, do hit a like on the stream. Make sure you subscribe. It's all free and it supports the streams if you are enjoying it. Or if you aren't enjoying it, then hit dislike. That's okay as well. Feedback welcomed. And Nkunku hat-trick, we will be there. Fair play if anyone's going in Nkunku. Dino says Nkunku's getting it as well. Interesting. Maybe he's the one. Is he guaranteed to start? Probably starts. Is he guaranteed? I feel like there's going to be some rotation in these midweek games that some of us might not like, but maybe it'll be the fringe players anyway. Cunha captain? Nah, surely not. Surely not. Focal League is now the 5th best. Is that true? Oh yeah. There we are. Number 5. Number 1, Prime. Oh, there's Andy in 2nd. Don't know what these two say. And then we are. FPL Focal in 5th place. 5th best league. You'll never sing that. If anyone's not in the league, the code's in the description. It's Joy UKC. Joy UKC. If you want to join the mini league, not too late. Your points start from the start of the season. So, yeah, get in the league if you're not in it. Captain Poll, wow, 50% Palmer, 48% Salah, 2% other. It really is that close. It really is basically a coin toss. Jay says, hey Oscar, you really benching Gabriel? Yeah, I think I will. I don't feel great about it. I don't feel good about it. But Munoz, he's home to Villa. Rodgers may or may not start, might miss out. And he's just... he's on fire recently. Like, he scored against Fulham, 1 point against Everton. Assist against Man United and a couple of bonus. Assist the week before. Clean sheet against West Ham, clean sheet against Leicester. They are, for whatever reason, worse in home fixtures, but I feel like I have to play him over Gabriel. I did a poll earlier and you guys voted for Munoz over Gabriel. It wasn't like massively in favour of Munoz. It was like 58% or something, but I think it makes sense. Whatever the outcome is, I do think it makes sense. Neve says, can you add a way to sign up on the app without using X? Yeah, annoyingly, on Android specifically, because of the way the app's set up, you can't use Gmail, but on iOS, you can use Gmail. I'm waiting for them to add Blue Sky support, and then I'll definitely add that. But maybe I'll add some other method in the meantime. I just don't want to have too many methods, you know, when you press sign in, and you've got like 4 or 5 sign-in methods. Maybe, is that messy? Maybe a bit messy to have that many different ways of signing in. I need to think about it. But yeah, right now it's Twitter login or Gmail login, except on the app if you're specifically on Android. Anyway, Amy says 1 free transfer, 3.1 million in the bank. Team is Raya, Trent, Gabriel Hall, Dango, Salah, Clive, Palmer, and Bumo, Isak, Strand Larsen, and the bench is Valdemar and Mikalenko, Greece, 56k all-time high. Congrats on the all-time high rank. And asking for thoughts. I wouldn't be starting Hall personally. You got 3.1 million in the bank. $3.1 million. Who's your other forward? Hang on. Isak, Larsen. Who's the third one? Only 1 free transfer. I don't think you mentioned he gave you a full bench there. I'd either make a transfer and start them over Larson and die. Okay. So can you afford and die to Cunha? Perhaps. You could do that. Unless you're leaving that slot open to buy Haaland in Gameweek 29. In which case, instead, I would sell Hall. But who would I sell him for? The options are limited. I mean, if you're not planning to buy Haaland in Gameweek 29, I would get rid of and die. Basically, you need to focus on like who blanks. So you sell Hall, or you sell and die. And die doesn't blank, obviously, but I think he's injured for the double. AR07 says Chelsea 0, Southampton 1. Don't, honestly, that would be season ending as a Palmer captainer. You're going for the Forest clean sheet. Yeah, they've really fallen off with the clean sheets though recently. I don't know what's happened to Forest, but yeah, it's just not happening recently. Yeah, tricky one this, Amy. I'd move accordingly based on what I was saying about Haaland. Like, if you're not planning to buy Haaland in 29, then get rid of and die. If you are, who would I sell Hall for, though? I'd probably just roll, if I'm honest, and then start Mikalenko. I'm trying to think if there's anyone that I'm overlooking that you could buy that plays in 29. You could just do, like, Hall to Kirkers, but I don't feel great about that way at Brighton with Zabanya out. So, yeah, I'd either roll or do that and go for Cunha. Depending on if you're planning to buy Haaland. Well, Beck, seen with the squad. Oh, really? I heard he was doubtful, but interesting development, if that's true. Let's actually check over here if there's any leaks or any news in the last hour or so. Nothing there. What about here? Predicted Liverpool team. It's got Gakpo back in the 11. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you guys saw, but Bradley's out for a few weeks. Gomez is still out, so it's good news for those of us that have got Trent, which is obviously lots of us, because I was quite worried that Trent was going to miss out on that Southampton game. It could still happen. It absolutely could still happen. Like, Kwanzaa could play there. Gomez, if he's back. I don't know how near Gomez is, but right now, Trent's minutes look good. But yeah, I'm not seeing any leaks or team news other than that. No, that's it. Dan says Mateta to Cunha now or wait till Gameweek 29. No, wait till 29, Dan. It's 2 home games for Mateta, especially in 28, like home to Ipswich. Yo, news on Rodgers. Apparently he's with the physio and they're going to make a late decision on whether he starts or not. So yeah, it just sounds like a late fitness test. I couldn't tell you, to be honest, either way. Coin toss. I wouldn't be surprised if he's thrown in again, but who knows? Maybe Ramsey gets thrown into the Rodgers role, and Rashford starts down the left. I don't know. Is Dorgu a shout? I can't bring myself to buy a Man United defender, if I'm honest. It's on Brighton's Twitter page. Oh, okay. Which one? Oh, is it the video? Oh, let me mute that. Where is he? There's March. Right there. There's La. Van Heck. I must have missed him. I kind of skipped through though. Matoma's at the start. Fair enough. I'll take your word for it. Neve says, night mate. Night, Neve. So yeah, my plan is to roll this week. And that'll take me up to 2 transfers. And then I'll probably roll again. Game week 20... What's next? 28? yeah, 28. I'll roll again. And in Gameweek 29, I'll use 3 free transfers. Not sure how I'll spend them yet. Probably one on Haaland. One on Vardy, I'll probably. I feel like Vardy was worth a goal when he's got Brighton home 29, Leicester home Gameweek 30, and then I'll probably wildcard after that. Simon says, is it still possible for me to reach top 1 by Gameweek 38? Well, it's definitely possible, but it's basically impossible at my rank. Like, I'd have to do everything perfect for all the remaining weeks, I'd imagine. No, I think it's basically impossible, if I'm honest. I'm just taking a screenshot of something to show you guys here. Have a check how many total points you guys are on, and then just compare yourself to this graphic. Because it's quite interesting to see how far different rank thresholds are. There you go. How many points is everyone on? I think I'm on 1834. So look, rank 1 is 174 points ahead of me already. That's impossible. Like, hypothetically, if I made every decision perfect, then it's doable. But it's not going to happen because that just doesn't happen in reality. So anyway, there's this column here, points auto subs, is the one that you want. That shows how many points each rank threshold is. So 100k, 1,796 points. 500k, 1,730. Top 10k is 1,860. So even I'm 26 points behind top 10k myself right now. So yeah, it's an uphill battle. And these are like, you know, so many managers, 11 million managers. Good managers around you every week. So yeah, it's not easy. Simon says, hi Oscar, my plan is to have 3 free transfers for Gameweek 29. Salah, Isak, Alisson out, then wildcard Gameweek 30. Any thoughts about wildcard timing or replacements for 29? Yeah, in a nutshell, you wildcard after we know who doubles in 33. There's about a 50% chance we know before Gameweek 30. And then it's about a 90% chance we know before Gameweek 31. So, yeah, you wildcard probably in 31 or 32, because obviously there's the double game week for Newcastle and Palace in 32. So you could either wildcard the week before this, assuming you know who doubles in 33, or you wildcard straight into 32 and load up on doublers for that, and also you load up on doublers for 33. But yeah, it makes sense, those transfer plans as well. In terms of replacements, I mean, it's got to be Haaland. Midfielders, maybe Bruno, because he's got Leicester. Goalkeeper, I'm not sure he's got the best odds that week. Probably Raya. 1,808 points, nice. 470th in the world, fair play. 2,001 points. Lucidus, thanks for the 20 months. Says 6k overall rank, Oscar, and it's all thanks to you. And you're not sold on Palmer captain. Wow. I was with you up until that last part. Thank you for the message, though, about being 6k all thanks to me. It's not all thanks to me. You're the one that's making the decisions of your team and deciding whether to listen to me or not. But you're not sold on Palmer captain. Interesting. He's top of the goal scorer odds, I'll say that much. Those are the odds for this game week. But, I mean, look at the captain poll. 50%. You're in the 50% that is not sold on Palmer captain, so you're not alone, that's for sure. It's very, very split in this stream. It couldn't be any more split. But yeah, the markets are back in Chelsea to score more goals against Southampton than Liverpool are against Newcastle. But yeah, Salah's just, he's the best player on the planet right now. Would you guys agree with that? The best player on the planet right now? Current form? He has to be, doesn't he? And that's the thing. That's the case for just sticking with Salah forever. And they're both genuinely great options, and I can understand why people are thinking not a chance I'm going off Salah. He's got 16 double-digit returns in 27 games. Like, it's just mind-blowing how good he's doing. Ballon d'Or winner already. Yeah, assuming they don't choke the league title, like, it's got to be his. It's just it's unbelievable. 41 returns in 27 games. So just over 1.5 returns a game. I'm talking myself into Salah captain here. No, I'm sticking with Palmer. I do think he's slightly better. Like, I can't imagine a world where Chelsea don't put like 3 or maybe 4 past Southampton. It could be worse. Like, it's definitely a fixture that the Chelsea just need a really good performance in front of home fans, you know, given recent form. And that, I guess that's also the case against Palmer. Recent form is not good, but it's Southampton. They're guaranteed to go down, in my opinion. There's just no way. They're the worst team for XGC. But it's in the Premier League, which is not that hard. Mo, if it's not that hard to do what Salah's doing in the Premier League, then why don't you go join Liverpool and show us how it's done? I mean, is the Premier League not the toughest league in the world? The highest quality? Or is there other leagues that are better? What do you guys think about that? Clean sheet odds? Well, maybe I'm biased because I'm an FPL channel, but I'm like, what league is better? Like, I agree with Ronan's question. Ronaldo did it at 33. He didn't though. He scored 18 goals and like 3 assists. So what's that? 21 returns. Salah's already on twice as many returns as Ronaldo got that entire season at 33. Best league in the world by a country mile. Salah's by far the best. Also, like, Liverpool top in the Champions League, weren't they? Arsenal not keeping a clean sheet at Forest. That's madness. I was surprised as well to see them top. Yeah. I've got Gabriel on the bench for Munoz, which is a bit of a hedge, I guess, because I do have Raya, and there's nothing I can do about that. I mean, no, I'm not starting Fabianski just in case. But you could, I mean, if Fabianski was playing, I guess you could make the case for it, but no. Lucidus says, with Salah stats, Gamble might kill rank, peak FPL. It's possible, yeah, but like, yeah, he's only blanked a few times all season, hasn't he? Is it 4 times? Not even that. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4 times he's blanked. But the other side of the coin is, imagine Salah has his 5th blank of the season, and Palmer gets, you know, like 2 goals against Southampton. The swing there is huge. Like, it could be a season-defining decision, but yeah, you can argue both sides, and I really can't fault anyone for whatever the way they go with captaincy, whether it's Palmer or Salah. God, I'm starving. Gonna have a nice big dinner straight after this. Which game is everyone watching tonight? You watching Chelsea, or are you guys like captaining Salah and not watching Chelsea, or hiding behind the sofa? Mr. F says, I think at best Salah scores 2 and Salah scores 1. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised by that. Get a Subway. That's a good shout. I need to eat healthy though. I'm trying to lose weight. I went on an all-inclusive holiday with my girlfriend and proper got carried away with it, and I'm still trying to burn the weight I gained from that. Marek, thanks for the super chat or super sticker. Appreciate your support. Did you mean to send a message with that? I never know if people mean to send messages when there isn't one, or if they're just showing support. Subway is not healthy. I saw a YouTube documentary on that. When to play assistant manager? If you still have it, I would use it in Gameweek 31. Because you use it on Eddie Howe when he's got Leicester. There. And then they've got the double Gameweek 32. There. And United Palace. So you keep it on Howe for 2 weeks. And then you decide what to do in 33. Maybe Newcastle have another double and you leave it on Howe. Or maybe there's someone else that looks better. But I'd use it in Gameweek 31 if I had it. Lucidus says, trust your instincts. That's the game. Palmer captain. Yeah. My instinct's telling me that Palmer's worth a go this week. It sounds like a stupid thing to say, though. My instinct's telling me Palmer. Yeah, that sounded bad when it came out of my mouth. Like, it's not really instinct, is it? It's got Southampton home. But you know what I mean? Like, my instinct's telling me to go against Salah. Just this once. 31 to 33 for assistant manager is a solid plan. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. Because 34 is a blank. And obviously lots of people are going to free hit the blank. So you can't use 2 chips at once. You'd rather fast for 3 days straight than eat a Subway. I think Subway's alright. Jonathan says, I'm listening to you while running. Keep going then, Jonathan. Don't stop. But make sure your team's locked in or you finish your run before the deadline. You've got about 20 or so minutes till deadline. Alright, let's check what's happening on Twitter. Oh, we've got a few stream setups here. We've got one there from Ollie. Football Manager as well. Fair play, what a setup. Football Manager on one laptop and then he's got the stream on in the background. Hey, if you're still watching, Ollie, nice setup, mate. And then we've got one here. Chef Cardo watching from Kenya on his laptop. Nice setup, nice setup. I'll retweet those afterwards. Tag me in the photo, guys, if anyone else is watching. If anyone else is watching, God, I've been streaming too long. How long will we be going here? I'm starting to lose my mind. I shouldn't have gone live so early. Right, Isaac to Cunha. Isaac to Cunha. I'm going to try and keep Isaac myself. I'm trying to keep him. Because I'm definitely going to have him after the blank. So I'm going to try and keep him and just bench him in 29. I don't hate that move, but I do think you're going to want to buy him back. And then how much money are you going to lose? If you don't have much money tied up in him, then I'd do it, yeah. Lilo says, imagine they forget the deadline again. Oh, don't, honestly. That was such a fun stream. To be fair, this has been a banging stream. I really enjoyed this. But that was chaos when we got to the deadline and they didn't update the deadline. Who was here on the Friday stream for that carnage? If anyone doesn't know what we're talking about, it got to the deadline, right? And we were like, boom, there it is, locked in. That's the deadline. And the game didn't update. And they forgot to, like, shut the game down for the deadline. And we were sitting there for, like, another half an hour or so. And, like, the lineups came out and everything. We were like, what is going on? Like, the lineups are out and the game's still not updating. And then eventually it did update. But I guess the controversial thing is some people made changes to their teams after the deadline. Like the guy who's number 3, I think he is. Is he number 3 now? He sold slot for Glasner after the deadline. And then he got to number 1 in the world during the game week. And then he dropped down to 3rd. So yeah, another asterisk season, eh? You lose 0.3 million. That's not bad. In that case, it's probably worth it, yeah. For the sake of 0.3, I like that. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely an upgrade for the next 3, undeniably. Bench Wisser or Clivert? I think it'd have to be Clivert, Tim. Play Wisser, playing home. Who's your manager chip? Mine's gone now. I used it in Game Week 24. So I went slot 24. I kept it on slot in 25. And then I swapped to Glasner last week. Which was proper fluky because he got 20 points. Oh, I found Marek Lamper's message. Says Dango or Mateta. I would go Mateta, Marek. Mateta over Dango if you have to start one. Free hit in 29. If you can, I'd do whatever you can to avoid using it, but I know some people are already committed to that strategy because you've got too many players that blank or injuries. The difficulty is there's a blank in 34, so it's like, what do you do that week? Because you're going to have teams doubling in 33 and then blank straight away. So yeah, if you need to take a hit or two, it's probably worth it just to get over the line in Gameweek 29, I would say. Triple captain Palmer. Well, if you still got your triple captain, surely use it on Newcastle. Use it on Isak when Newcastle double in 32. Right? Surely. Glasner or Pereira for assistant manager? Yeah, I mean, good question. Who's likelier to get a result? Palace home to Villa or Wolves home to Fulham? Really does feel close, that one. The projections, or in terms of what the markets are expecting, they favour Glasner. They've got Palace with a 38% chance of winning, Wolves 34%, and then the draw percent is both 29%. Projected goals slightly more for Palace as well, so yeah, it's close, but Glasner's on 10.3 projected points, Pereira 9.5. But yeah, the thing with the manager is it really, football's like so unpredictable, so random, that like last week we had McKenna with pretty decent projected points because, you know, all they need is a draw against Spurs and it's decent points, but in the end, like, he gets the 1 point just because they score one goal. So yeah, I'd say go with your gut. I like Glasner. I actually think Maresca maybe is the best option because it's just such a banker fixture in my opinion. I said last week, and I said I hope I'm wrong, but West Ham home for Arsenal feels like a fixture that actually could be really hard. And I was surprised to see Arteta top. But this week, it's a different ball game when it's Chelsea home to Southampton. That does feel like a banker, but it could be famous last words. Swap Wood for Wissa. Wood for Wissa. Probably not. Probably not. I think Wood to Cunha I'd be more inclined to do, but not so much Wissa. Hall to 8 Nori. Yeah, I think that's alright for free. Not for a -4. Start 8 Nori on Munoz. I think I'd go Munoz. Any leaks on the Villa lineup? I've not seen anything. Let's have a look if we have had anything of any sort for any team. Well, we've got 15 minutes till deadline. Waneri in training today. That's good news if you've got him. But no leaks. Yeah, Welbeck was spotted arriving with Brighton, so it looks like he's in the squad. Bench Wood or Clivert? I'd bench Wood for Clivert personally. Play the fixture. Cunha or Marmouche for Ndai? Cunha. Start. Bench Wood, Gabriel or João Pedro? Yeah, it's tricky now that we've seen Welbeck, but I mean, João Pedro has to start after a goal and assist, so I would bench Wood and start the other two. Tucker Severson says, start Concert or use my free transfer to sell for 8 Nori. It feels a little bit like it's barely an upgrade, if you know what I'm saying. Like, is that worth a transfer when it's probably... I'd be surprised if Wolves keep a clean sheet at home to Fulham. I'd probably just roll Tucker. You never know what could happen next week and whether you need that free transfer. Leanne, she says, 15-minute warning, lock and load, gentlemen. This is your 15-minute warning, lock in. Yeah, someone asked if this is my final team. I'm going to roll. In fact, let me take a screenshot before I forget and tweet it. we go. Done that. So, yeah, that's me locked in. Palmer capped him. And share. Yeah, bench is right, isn't it? Gabriel, Strand Larsen, Tarkowski. Is it game week 20? Oh, it's 27. Fuck. Oh no, I've just tweeted. I've just posted it on all platforms as well. Is it game week 27? Oh. Right, delete that. Do it again. I'll be back in a second. Let me just redo this. I'm an idiot. Wait, is it game week 20? What game week is it? Yeah, it's 27. All right. FPL YouTuber doesn't know what game week it is. All right, game week 27. We go again. Boom. Tap him. Right, let me catch up with chat. Struggling with this game says, hi Oscar, who do I start between Munoz, Gabriel and João Pedro? Thoughts on João Pedro to Cunha this week? Yeah, I like João Pedro to Cunha. I like that. Munoz, Gabriel. Well, I've started Munoz. It does feel like a coin toss. Gabriel's got the better clean sheet odds. Munoz is on fire recently. Like over the last 6 game weeks, no defender's got more points than Munoz. So I'm just going to play the attacking upside. I almost started Tarkowski last week, but I ended up chasing the upside of Munoz, and it worked better than I ever could have expected. So, yeah. Skill says, bench 1 out of Wisser, Wood and Cliver, and you have him Boomo. Bench Wood, yeah, play the fixture. Bench Wood against Arsenal, play Wisser and Cliver. They got better fixtures. Yeah, I like the Cunha move. Struggling. Sahil says, 1 free transfer and Semenyo, Ahmad, Trossard, Salah, Palmer. Do I roll? Well, Ahmad's out for the season, so I would be selling Ahmad. Depending on how much money you've got in the bank, I'd be selling him. I like Mbumo as the best replacement if you've got the money. If you need someone around the same price, then just go Dango. But yeah, Ahmad's not going to play. Goran says, do I bench Cliver or Isak? And I've got Dango in the team. Yeah, there was we were talking about this earlier. I do think you bench Isak, but and I do recognise some people don't want to take on his high ownership, right? Because if he does end up scoring against Liverpool, which he did in the reverse fixture playing home, then yeah, there is like that rank risk. I do think if I was in that setup, I'd be benching Isak and just hope for the best. But it's down to your preference. Like if you don't want to leave yourself exposed to Isak's ownership, then bench Dango, start Cliver and Isak, if that makes sense. Chuka says, Bowen or Matoma? I would go Bowen, Chuka. Slightly better fixtures. And Paqueta's out for, I think, a few weeks. So, by the way, Bowen on penalties. Gerald says, Pedro to Beto. Thoughts? Nah, I wouldn't do that. Like João Pedro's just got 1 goal, 1 assist. I know it's the Saints, but I can't be selling him with a home fixture after doing well last week. Beto, I think, is a downgrade as well, if anything. I know Beto's on fire, but I wouldn't be selling João Pedro for him. Harry Taribo says, hi Focal, would you bench Cliver or Trossard? I'm just not very convinced by the Arsenal attack with all these injuries. So I think I would bench Trossard, you know. Start Cliver. And also Cliver's on pens, you know. Yeah, that 1-0 loss to West Ham was concerning. Just too many injuries. Like, you just got Sterling off your bench. That's your impact sub. It's not great. Flanny says, surely start Fabianski and pray Potter plays him for some reason. I did think that earlier, but Arsenal are better on the clean sheet odds. So I'm starting Raya. And I just want some... I guess I want some exposure to the Arsenal defence as well. Like I could go Fabianski and Gabriel, but I feels like last minute overthinking. Izat says, who's the best manager? If you want to chase the table bonus, go for Glasner. If you want the safe banked points, obviously nothing's a guarantee in the Premier League, but Maresca, home to Southampton, he should get you anywhere from like 8 to 12 points, maybe more. It's six points for a win, 2 for a clean sheet, so that'd be 8 if it's 0-0. So then yeah, if it ends 2-0, that's 10. So yeah, anywhere from like 9 to 12 points from Maresca, I'd say. He's the safe bank. But if you want to chase like the glorious 20-pointer like Glasner last week, or last week Pereira got 19, Potter got 19. If you want the table bonus, then probably Glasner home to Villa is the table bonus pick. Yours truly, the boy, says best Ahmad replacement, 6.1 million in the bank. Already have Cliver. I would go Semenyo. Yeah, I can't think of anyone else. Don't think there's anything wrong with the double Bournemouth, really. I'm on double Bournemouth, I think it's fine. Bench boost this week from Bettina. Nah, save your bench boost. Bench boost will be great in Gameweek 33. That'll be the biggest double Gameweek of the season. Save it for that. That's what my chip strategy is. Bench boost Gameweek 33, free hit 34. Maresca best manager. Yeah, he's the he's like the safe one. Like you can expect Chelsea to beat Southampton. You can't be as confident that Palace beat Villa, but if they do, then the table bonus is there. So these are the projected points for the managers this week. So just choose accordingly. Glasner is top. So you need Palace to win or draw against Villa for the table bonus there. Barrett says bench 1 of Isaac Wisser. Who's Tuna? Tuna Orenzo. Who's Tuna? Start Gabriel or Colwell. You've got Wood. Well, I've got both, and I've started Colwell, Sebastian. So Colwell. Who's Tuna? Big Tuna. Who the hell's Big Tuna? That's The Office. Oh, Cunha. Right, got it. Bench 1 out of Isaac, Wisser, Cunha and Enzo. I'd probably have to be Enzo. It's Enzo or Isaac. Definitely not Wisser or Cunha. Enzo's a little bit of a doubt, that's the thing. But he does have Southampton home. But I think I'd bench Enzo, Pat says, play Enzo over Cliver or Wood, or bench Enzo. This one's even closer, because Wood's not as good as Isaac this week, in my opinion. This is such a close one. I'd probably play Enzo and just hope he starts over Wood. I just don't fancy Wood's chances against Arsenal. Like Forest have fallen off recently. They're one of the worst for expected goals conceded in recent weeks. Their expected goals has fallen. I'd start Enzo and just hope that he starts, and if he doesn't, like, he could get something off the bench, or they might not use him. Yeah. FPL Hawks back, and he says, I went for the kebab and I got some buffalo wings to go with it. Oh, stop, I'm absolutely starving. 5 minutes till the deadline, and then it's dinner time, and then we've got a good night of FPL on. So what's tonight's games? We've got Brighton v Bournemouth. Oh, wow, I've actually got quite a few players tonight. We've got Palace v Villa, Wolves v Fulham, Chelsea v Southampton. How many players have you guys got on tonight? So I'm going to have Semenyo, Cliver, Munoz, Palmer, and Colwell. So more than half my team's playing tonight. 48 minutes till deadline. 5 minutes till deadline. It's 6 o'clock, isn't it? Yeah, deadline is 6 o'clock. Yeah, 5 minutes. Wacker says, I'm behind in the money league, so I need to start making differential moves. Palmer captain, and I've got Bowen. Isak on the bench, but I can swap sub him in for Wood, Cliver, or Wisser. I would rather start Isak over Wood personally. Other than that, I think you've got it exactly right. Bowen's such a great differential, and so is Palmer, to be honest, on a lot of your league. Like, it's not out of the question the people above you captain Palmer, but Binners reacts Cunha. Man said big tuna, I'm dead, bro. It said tuna, C-H-U-N-A. So I was like, who's tuna? But obviously it's Cunha. Big tuna. Oh, that is funny. Yeah, I think I'd start Isak over Wood, Wacker. Other than that, looking good. Best of luck with Palmer captain. Rio, thanks for the 10 months. Says Tarkowski or Robinson. Robinson, gotta be. He'll have better clean sheet odds, and he's likelier to get you a return, right? Isn't Robinson on like 9 assists or something crazy? Yeah, Robinson against Fulham, gotta be, over Tarkowski away at Brentford. Thanks for the 10 months, Rio. Thanks everyone for your support this stream. I hope you've all enjoyed it. Just a few minutes left. If you're new around here, then don't forget to hit subscribe. It's 2,800 watching, that's crazy. Yeah, do hit subscribe if you have appreciated the stream and if you want to catch my FPL videos. Obviously, it's such a quick turnaround as well. So, like, I'll be back in just a few days' time for another deadline stream on Saturday. Is it? Yeah, Saturday. So, yeah, we're going to have to squeeze in loads of FPL content before then. So, we've got a great few days of FPL ahead. All the way till Sunday, really. Last minute leaks check. Yeah, good shout. Let me take a quick look. Feels like the leaks have really dried up this season. Why do you guys think that is? No, I've not seen anything there. Anything on Reddit? No. Doesn't look like it. I've just checked. Doesn't look like we're going to get anything. Wait, is it FA Cup? Oh, you're kidding me. When's... So Gameweek 28, 8th of March. Oh, what? You've ruined my next weekend before I've even got to it. Fucking FA Cup. Alright, fine. So, yeah. We don't have FPL next weekend. It's the FA Cup. Kind of a good thing no leaks makes it fairer. Yeah, well, everyone loves a leak, don't they? You can get a they don't always help you. Like, you can get leaks that take you the wrong direction. Like, you need to lie down. I proper do. I do. I'm going straight after the deadline passes. I'm so hungry, and and I don't even know what to say anymore. I've run out of words. My vocab is empty. I'm running on autopilot. Uriel says I've got all 5 chips. When should I use them? So if I was you, God, all 5 chips. I would wildcard Gameweek 30. Assistant manager 31. Bench boost. Oh, no, doesn't work. You can't fit all the chips in. You're going to have to use your bench boost in a single game week. Wildcard 30. Assistant manager 31. Free hit 34. And then either bench boost or triple captain double game week 36. It's hard to say yet. We don't know the fixtures, of course, but something like that. Deadline pass is over, so Oscar can't eat. Oh, did the game update this time? Simon, thanks for the 3 months. And he says, I can never captain Palmer, old wounds. Well, I've done it, and the deadline's passed, so unless the game's not updated again, that is me locked in. But we should do the predictions, though, shouldn't we? Because we always do. So let's smash through these. Brighton v Bournemouth. Guesses in the chat. I'm going to take slow mode off, but get your guesses in, and we'll rattle through the predicted scorelines. Chuck your predictions in the chat, and let's see how we're doing for this week. We're 23rd right now. Doing pretty well, actually. Consensus of the crowd. Wisdom of the crowd team is doing well. 2-all, 2-0, 2-all, 2-all. Okay, a lot of 2-alls. Palace v Villa. Also on tonight. Palace v Villa. What are we saying? Slow mode's off, so get your guesses in. Swear the deadline was 6:30. I thought it was as well, Bobby. I set the stream to start at 4:30, and then I realised it's a 6 o'clock deadline, and I brought it back. 2-1, 3-0, 1-all, 1-all. A lot of 1-alls. Okay, interesting. Wolves v Fulham. Wolves v Fulham. What do you reckon? Another table bonus for Pereira. Will Fulham bounce back from the loss to Palace? 3-1, 2-1, 2-1. Chelsea versus Southampton. I wish the Palmer captain is the very best of luck. Whatever happens tonight. 2-1. 7-0. Bro, 7-0. 4-0, 3-0. 3-0 to Southampton. I'm not entering that. 10-0. 2-0 and a Palmer red card. 0-0. Alright, everyone's saying 2-0. I hope it's not that low, but I wouldn't mind if both goals are Palmer, I suppose. Brentford v Everton. Brentford versus Everton. What are we saying? (2-1) to Brentford. 2-0 to Everton. 2-1 Brentford. Alright, we'll go with that. Man United versus Ipswich. Massive game in the relegation battle. Oh, I'm just kidding, United fans. Good opportunity to put some distance between them and Ipswich, though, right? 2-1 to Ipswich. Surely not. 1-1. No one's backing a United win. Don't make me enter an Ipswich win on this. 1-1. 2. Oh, everyone's saying 2-1 Ipswich. Are you serious? Ipswich go to Old Trafford and win 2-1. All right, we'll see. Nottingham Forest versus Arsenal. Nottingham Forest versus Arsenal. What do we reckon? Arsenal clean sheet. Does Wood score? 2-1. 0-0 ball draw. You reckon? 2-all, 2-1. 1-0 to Forest. 2-1 to Arsenal. Oh, that would be a bad result. 2-1. I've got Raya. Spurs versus Man City. What are we saying? Spurs v Man City. Just a few left to do. 1-0 Spurs. Nah, there's no shot. 3-1. 3-1 to City. 2-1. 3-1. Liverpool versus Newcastle. Two left to do, and then we're done. Liverpool v Newcastle. It'd be absolutely classic Arsenal to lose to Forest and then Newcastle get a win at Anfield. 3-0 to Liverpool. You reckon they run away with it like that? God, we've got Liverpool scoring more than Chelsea here. That worries me as a Palmer captainer. Let's see what happens tonight. Last one, West Ham versus Leicester. Good luck to the Bowen captainers, or just those that bought Bowen even. Nice pick, really nice pick. Hope it comes off for you. 3-0 West Ham, 3-1. 3-1. Alright, we'll go 3-1. Thank you everyone, as always, for tuning into this deadline stream. I hope you did enjoy it, and if you did, hit like before you go. Make sure you subscribed. It's completely free, and you can always change your mind. Good luck tonight, everyone. Good luck this game week. I hope you'll smash it and get green arrows. That's it from me. I'm so hungry, I'm going to go have dinner and then watch the games. So yeah, good luck everyone. Focal out.